How to write news. How to write news. Now we're focusing on straight news report. News writing comes in various forms, and one of them is the straight news report. So what is the straight news report? This is a form of mass media writing that presents most essential information in a concise manner. It just presents skeletal information. The straight news report presents only the basic elements of who, what, where, when, why, and how, often without much details. Most of the news stories you see in newspapers are written in straight news report format. So the straight news report is written using the inverted pyramid format. That's the inverted pyramid format. That is when you write a story from the most important to the least important points. So we're learning how to write a straight news report. This is a form of news writing that you can start as a beginner. You can start by learning how to write news using the inverted pyramid format. That is what we refer to here as straight news report. Now in news writing, you start with the lead. So we're going to be learning how to write the lead and then how to write the other parts of the story. Of course, the lead is the introductory aspect of the story. That's why they also call the lead the intro. So the lead is the introductory aspect of the story. The first paragraph, oftentimes the lead is in the first paragraph. So you as a beginner, learn how to write the lead, that is the first paragraph of the story, using the format we'll give you here. Very simple format. How to write a news story using the inverted pyramid format. That is what you're going to learn here. Writing the lead. Now, we said the lead is the introductory aspect of a news story. So we're going to give you the simplest way to write a lead. There are other formats actually for experienced persons, but you as a beginner, we will give you the simplest approach. Now the first approach is what we call the has approach. The has approach. Look at this lead. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work would be punished. Again, the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work will be punished. You see that the information came in form of reported speech. For instance, you will see where we said workers who were in the habit, not workers who are in the habit. You use were because you are reporting. Check other newspapers. Check those who have written the stories. The best way to learn how to write a lead or how to write a news story is to read news stories written by journalists working for reputable media organizations. That way you will learn how to write the lead. And that's what we're trying to do here. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work will be punished. Look at another lead. The director of Economy Watch Forum, EWF, John Odigye, has said that Nigeria was losing a lot as a result of its dependence on foreign technology. Don't forget that when you're writing the lead, you follow the normal principles of writing. That is, when you write an organization, you put the acronym in the paragraph. That's why we said in bracket EWF. Now look at this approach that we call the has approach. It is in fact the simplest way to write your lead. You can see what you wrote there. It has to do with the who and what components only. In this particular lead format, we used two elements of news writing, the who and what. Look at the first one. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, that's the who, the personality in the story, has said that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work would be punished. That's the what. That is what he intends to do to them. That is what is the theme of the story. The director of Economy Watch Forum, EWF, John Odigye, that's the who, has said that Nigeria was losing a lot as a result of its dependence on foreign technology. So, Nigeria was losing a lot as a result of its dependence on foreign technology. This is the what. That is the theme of the story. Nigeria was losing a lot as a result of its dependence on technology. This is the has approach to writing a lead. This specific has approach has used just two components. I also need to let you know that the second example we have here, you can also see that there are three components there if you closely look at that. The director of Economic Watch Forum, John Odigye, is the who, has said that Nigeria was losing a lot. That's the what. As a result of its dependence on foreign technology. That's the why. Somebody can say that that's the why. So, but basically we're using it here to match two components. The who, that's the personality, and then the what, that is losing a lot because of dependence on technology. Now, this is why we refer to this approach as the has approach. Look at the lead that we're using as example. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work would be punished. Now, look at the next paragraph. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said, instead of saying has said that workers, you can replace it with has warned, has condemned, has called on, has frowned at, has denied, has dismissed as false, has commissioned or flagged off, as in flagging off a project or commissioning a completed work. So, when we say the has approach, it means that once you get your facts from the field, once you get your facts from a news source, you just use has to write your lead. That's the simplest way. You may go to the newspapers and see other more difficult ways. You may listen to radio and hear other formats, but this is the simplest way for you as a beginner. And the lead type we teach here is the type you get from what we call the personal source. That is from interviews or from comments made by news sources. This is the simplest way for you to start learning how to write a news story, especially the lead. When you get the fact from a personality, this is how to start writing. The personality has said. This is what I refer to as I don't want kingpin approach. You don't want any kind of struggle with which language to use in the lead. Mr. This has said. Now, if you look at the lead, you will see that we didn't say Chief Willie Obiano or Mr. Willie Obiano. This has to do with house style. Some newspapers will want you to put the person's title, Mr., Chief, Engineer. Some others may say, no, don't put any title. So what we want to do here is just remove the title and use the person's name to teach you first. Then when you start writing for your organization or you're doing industrial training, the organization will now tell you the one they want. But here, we're not using title. And that's why you have the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that. So if, for instance, the governor comes to where people are doing something wrong, maybe people are protesting, and he doesn't like that, and he is telling the protesters not to take laws into their hands, which one do you think you use here? Has warned or has condemned? The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has warned protesters not to do this or that, has condemned protests made by this or that. What we're saying is that if you are able to learn the has approach, it will be easy for you to approach any lead, approach news writing, because the lead is always difficult. But you can use the has approach to break the barrier and then begin to write your lead. Look at some examples. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has condemned lateness to work by staff of the state civil service. Just like we gave in the former examples, the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has said that those who come late to work will be punished. But here, we're trying to use condemned. But the fact is, remember has. Remember that has is the easiest way to approach the lead. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has condemned lateness to work by staff of the state civil service. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has warned that workers who were in the habit of coming late to work will be punished. This is using has, but fixing warned. So this is a way of making it easy for you to remember has, and then look for another word to attach to has, and then write your lead. It is the simplest way for a beginner to learn how to write news lead, especially for straight news report. Look at the next one. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has dismissed as false the allegation that his administration embezzled funds meant for workers' salary. Or you can say meant for payment of workers' salary. But the fact is, dismissed as false has been attached to has. You can see how easy it is to flow in writing your lead. But remember, make use of the one you can easily remember or you can easily apply. Don't use dismiss as false if you cannot use it. You just say has said that. Because whether he dismissed as false or warned or condemned. The fact is that the news source said something. Then as you improve, you start adding these ones: warned, condemned, dismissed as false. Look at the next one. The governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has commissioned 3 new road projects in Ozobolo. So the HAS approach is a very easy approach to start writing the news lead, especially when it has to do with Straight News Report or the inverted pyramid format.